Week 7 NFL Power Rankings. We begin at number 32 with who else but the New York not-so-good-at-football Jets. They just look completely outmatched every time they step on the football field. No doubt they're the worst team in the NFL right now, but the real question I have for you guys is, will they win a game this season? 1 for yes, they're going to get 1. 0 for no. I think the answer is yes, the Jets will win a game, but it might just be the 1. Maybe it's 2. This team is going nowhere. Tank for Trevor is on. Number 31, Washington. They come in at number 31. They dropped down after they lost to the New York Football Giants, the NFC East, with 2 of the worst 3 teams in the NFL right now based on the Chat Sports composite power rankings. The Jags looked good in week 1, and then they are who they thought they were, apparently. They're number 29. Then it's the Cincinnati Bengals at 1-4-1, immediately followed, or I should say behind, kind of, the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the Eagles are a better team, but they're just not very good. The Falcons got their first win of the season, taking down the Minnesota Vikings. They are 1-5. The Vikings actually came in at number 25. They did not look very good against Atlanta. And I think there's a real argument that the Falcons and Vikings should be flipped. I was outvoted, though. That's what happens when you do group rankings here at Chat Sports. So let us know. Do you believe that your team is ranked fairly? This 28 to 23, 22 range, all very muddled for me. If you think that they are, go ahead and like the video. If you don't think that your team is ranked fairly, go ahead and dislike it. We are a show for the people. We'll let you guys give your votes with likes and dislikes here. Houston at number 24. They also don't look particularly good. There are some head-to-head results that have changed in terms of the 25, 26, 24 teams, but I got outvoted. The Cowboys got their butts kicked on Monday Night Football. Yikes on that one. And yet they are still the NFC East favorites right now. They're 2-4. They lead the division. So who wins it? Washington and the Giants, as bad as they've been, are a game back. And Washington, by the way, can move into potentially a tie for first place next weekend. So who will win the NFC East? Get your votes in here. DAL for Dallas, PHI for Philly, WAS for Washington, and NYG for the Giants. The Chargers check in at number 22. Then the Detroit Lions at 2-3. LA's had a bunch of close losses. They've only beaten the Bengals. I think they should be lower. Again, I got outvoted there. The Lions' schedule sets up well. They could be making a rise in the power rankings if they can pick up some winnable games in the next 6 games or so. We will continue to update our power rankings every single week. After the Monday games finish up, Tuesday morning, this video goes out. If you want to get the latest power rankings from us here at Chat Sports and yell at us if you want, hit that big red button and subscribe today. The Patriots, they check in at number 21, spot behind the Denver Broncos after Denver's defense destroyed the Patriots' putrid offense. That one 5 times fast. 18-12, Brandon McManus, 6 field goals, which is gross. It's all the Broncos needed. Neither offense played particularly well. The Patriots had no success on the ground. The passing attack has legitimate problems. The weapons are not there right now. This Patriots offense does not look good. It is a problem for them. Denver, if that defense keeps it up, they might just be able to sneak into that extra wild card spot that has more contenders than we normally see as a result this season. One of those teams, how about the Miami Dolphins? 3-3. It was against the Jets, but they are now 500, just like the Carolina Panthers. Fairly impressive job by 2 younger coaches, Brian Flores and Matt Rule, to keep their teams competitive in what was supposed to be rebuilding years for both of those teams. Miami, a little bit more so rebuilding last year, but Flores shows he is great against the spread. Mark of a good coach. Now, we do have some face masks available for you guys at chatsports.com/stay safe. You can get them for your favorite NFL teams, the Cowboys we just mentioned. Arizona coming up here in just a second, spoiler alert. All 32 teams are available. A lot of these, especially these multi-packs, are on sale right now, so go check them out. chatsports.com/stay safe. They are available. That link will be in the comments and in the description. The Niners going back up in the right direction after they took down the Rams. They are number 16. Maybe they can stay healthy, but Shanahan went into his bag of tricks early than what you would normally see in a season, using a lot of misdirection and creative plays to get a win over the Rams. The Colts, they check in at number 15, 4-2. Still behind, however, the Cleveland Browns. It was close, but the tiebreaker went to Cleveland, despite a pretty darn disappointing performance against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baker Mayfield, he might not be the guy. The Arizona Cardinals, meanwhile, 4-2 after a drubbing of the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Cardinals win 38-10 as turnovers and the defense having issues again with giving up big plays and 2 Zeke fumbles early sink the Dallas Cowboys 38-10. The Cardinals win that game. Kyler Murray was 9 of 24 through the air. Did not matter. Immense success on the ground. The Cardinals run for 260-plus yards, 7.5-ish, I rounded up a little bit there, yards per carry as they improve to 4-2. So who are we hating on right now? Feel free to call us out. We don't mind it. We don't take it that personally. I'm going to make this the pinned comment, at least to start off today's video. So get your votes in. Let us know who you think we're disrespecting, we're hating. If you get the ad break on YouTube, it's the perfect opportunity to scroll on down and call us out. The Saints at number 12 at 3-2. Maybe getting Michael Thomas back will get that offense back on track. I like what the Rams were doing. They were a top 10 team, but then Shanahan outcoached Sean McVay, and the Rams dropped just outside of our top 10. At number 10, the Las Vegas Raiders. Look, they've played a fairly difficult schedule. Now they got the Bucs coming up in the near future, which should be an awesome game. We'll call it the John Gruden Bowl. I'm excited to see that particular game. The Raiders at 3-2. I think they are legit as long as they continue to force/allow Derek Carr to air it out downfield. It's Bucs Raiders next week on Sunday Night Football. That's going to be a must-watch game. The Bills at number 9. Josh Allen started the year oh so good. His first 4 games. Look at this, 71 completion percentage, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4-0. And then, oh no, that's the Josh Allen we saw throughout his NFL career previously. Sub 60% through the air in terms of completion percentage. Just 385 yards. The ground game has still been good for Allen. 4 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. That is not what the Bills were hoping for out of Josh Allen. Now, weather has not been kind, especially in that loss the Bills had against the Chiefs, but they got to get back on track, and they have a good supporting cast, but they need their quarterback, their young franchise guy, to get back on track and look like the guy he was in the first month of the season. The Packers, they check in at 8, actually jumped by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was a little surprised the Chat Sports team here voted the way that they did, but that's what happened on Sunday. The Bucs absolutely destroyed Green Bay. 38 unanswered. Aaron Rodgers regressed hard. Tom Brady was efficient. Ronald Jones had himself a day. Gronk turned back the clock. The Bucs defense, folks, I tried to tell you guys before the season. I called them a top 10 defense. Mitchell Renz didn't want to hear it, but they are. This is a legitimate defense this Buccaneers team has, even without Vita Vea. That is going to give them a chance. Hopefully, Green Bay can get back on track. 10 carries, 15 yards for Aaron Jones. The game got out of hand, but yikes on that one. Speaking of legit, I think we have to move the Bears into this category. 5-1, coming off yet another win. They already beat the Bucs. That was the game that kind of made me think, okay, this Bears team is good. You don't get to 5-1 on accident. That's not something that happens in the NFL, regardless of who you play. At least for me, even though I think Detroit could make a bit of a run over the next month or so with a pretty easy schedule. Who will be the NFC North champs? If you want to type in other, go ahead and comment Lions or Vikings, but I don't think anyone's that crazy. So who you got? Type GB for the Packers or type CHI for the Chicago Bears. All right, the contenders here as we move along. The Ravens at 5-1. They made it a lot closer than the score might indicate than the score should have been against the Philadelphia Eagles. But they're 5-1. Their ground game clicking. Their issue is they just do not have any hope, at least for what they've shown so far. They continue to have problems getting past the Kansas City Chiefs. They are our number 4 team at 5-1. A little close against the Bills in pretty bad weather, but KC bounces back with a much-needed win. Patrick Mahomes was super efficient, 21-26. Travis Kelce, a very bad fumble, but he still had 2 touchdowns to open out fantasy teams anywhere. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I guess, did not like that they signed Le'Veon Bell. He goes 26 for 161. The Bills score 17. Their passing attack was not very good. The ground game was bottled up. They made a run late, but the Chiefs pick up a critical win over what was clearly the better of the 2 Monday games. The Titans, they check in at number 3. They keep finding a way to make it close. It's not always fun, but you know what, guys? Ryan Tannehill, he's good. We have to accept it. It's been a full season of him starting for Tennessee. This year in particular, by the way, these 5 games. Look, man, 13-2 TD interception ratio, the nicest completion percentage out there, 69.9, almost 1,400 yards. Tannehill is legit, and with the way Derrick Henry is running, this offense is going to make some noise in a very good AFC because the Pittsburgh Steelers check in at number 2. We were, of course, deprived of that game earlier this season because of, the Titans' COVID issues. But we get it on Sunday. One of these teams is going to drop. One of them will probably stay at number 2 or maybe move up to number 1, where for now, the Seattle Seahawks have the top spot coming off the bye. I love what Russell Wilson is doing. He has been allowed to cook, and it's paid off massive dividends. So for now, it's the 3 undefeated teams. I think that's fair. If you disagree with any of our rankings, let me know in the comments section.